Saudi Arabia signs a peace deal with Israel soon. As you probably already know, the United Arab Emirates now recognizes Israel's existence after signing what was a historic peace deal not so long ago. It was followed shortly after by the tiny little Gulf nation of Bahrain. Will Saudi Arabia be the next domino to fall in the region for peace? The peace domino. If so, why? As I begin, may I just remind you, just please make sure to share this video if you like it, thumb it up, and if you're new, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Here are the reasons why I'm telling you that even as no fan, absolutely no fan of the Saudi monarchy, which promotes a very virulent form of Islam, Wahhabism, when they also suppress human rights of its citizenry, and it stays in power by dispersing a portion of its oil wealth every year to the citizens as a bribe. This is what maintains the monarchy's power. So despite these facts, I'm just going to go over why I believe that Saudi Arabia will almost certainly sign a peace deal with Israel before November. A little bit of background. You might remember that the world came down very hard on the Saudi monarchy after they murdered, and they did murder, journalist Jamall Khashoggi. I'm definitely not defending the brutality. Again, if the monarchy were to disappear into a desert mirage forever, few, including me, would be sad. That said, what happened following the murder, Trump, at great expense to his personal reputation, did not come down very hard on the monarchy, and he caught a lot of flack for it. Frankly, from the whole world. They wanted him to come down hard. It came at a cost to his political capital and his reputation. It is possible that he could have had the de facto king, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, deposed. Now, with the UAE signing the peace deal accord and Bahrain as well, Trump has an easier time of leveraging that big favor that they owe him. Let's take a look at it from the Saudi Arabian monarchy from their game theoretical angle. With Trump, they have a known entity. They have someone who did not come down on them with a ton of bricks after they assassinated someone, despite a preponderance and abundance of evidence. Do they want to roll the dice on Biden and Harris? Let's face it, she's really the candidate. And the woke ideologues that are behind her? Do you think that they'd rather deal with somebody who didn't spank their asses when he had the chance? Also, there is such a thing as reciprocity. Even if they don't want Trump to be elected, which I'd imagine they do, as I just stated, it's looking increasingly likely that he will be. Do you think that Trump will give them any special favors if they don't give him something at this moment in time? Unlikely. Very unlikely. And have you ever been the first person on the dance floor? Breaking through the ice is usually the hardest thing for anybody to do. The first person to venture forth is usually the one who gets their head chopped off, who gets attacked by the predator from venturing out from the group. The United Arab Emirates and Bahrain signed on. Saudi Arabia will definitely not catch as much flack from people adverse to normalizing relations with Israel than if they were the first ones to do so. Simple. And thus, a big domino in the road to Middle East peace might just topple before November. If you know this and you expect that Saudi Arabia might normalize relations with Israel, this increases the odds of Trump being reelected, which is why I recommend to my watchers that if you have the ability to, that betting Trump, who's even money at this standpoint, is a pretty good bet. My hope is that we have peace in the Middle East. My sincere hope is that peace reigns through there. That seemed like a mythical possibility, but when Trump took out the Iranian general Soleimani with the missile strike that everybody told him he was absolutely crazy to, this opened the door for this possibility, because the axis of power used to be around Iran and nobody wanted to try to get in Iran's bad graces. Now that they realize that there's pushback against Iran, they're more likely to come back to a different axis of power. The only thing that matters in the Middle East is definitely power and what you can do for me. And we might see because of Trump's unpredictability, we might see peace in the Middle East sooner than later. And by sooner, I mean November, before November. Peace and blessings. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thumb it up and share the video if you did. If you're new, subscribe, notification bell. Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Peace out.